I'm Tamara Glitsoff, climate analyst at Hub Culture. I'm here at Climate Week NYC talking to Paula DiPerna, special advisor to the Carbon Disclosure Project. Can you tell me a little bit about the work you're doing and how it reflects the clean revolution?
Sure. The Carbon Disclosure Project, which is otherwise known as CDP, administers an annual instruction to most of the key companies in the world on behalf of investors. So the clean revolution, which is to say an investment in clean technology, low carbon technology, why would any companies invest in clean technology other than obviously to try to make some money if the price points are still too high to make that money? Well, the investor community and the institutional investors, pension funds, are very keen on having their assets invested in companies that are disclosing their emissions, that are making low-carbon investments, and that see the future as something other than a future imprisoned by today's technologies. And so the Carbon Disclosure Project requires those all companies that have emissions, which is to say emit greenhouse gases, especially carbon dioxide, methane, etc., to disclose, one, their emissions, and two, at what level in the company are they making decisions to remove and reduce those emissions, backed by institutional heft of $71 trillion. So the $71 trillion in assets that are managed by the people who on whose behalf we, CDP, administer that questionnaire, are insisting that companies begin to think about moving their investment flows into a more low-carbon a marketplace, a low-carbon thrust, and a least risk to manage and reveal and disclose the degree to which they're managing their risk that they face and the risk to which they are exposed that derives from climate change. For example, companies that have low-lying factories, are they thinking about flooding? For example, companies that are very dependent on burning of fossil fuels like coal plants, are they thinking about fuel switching? And if they're not, what should their shareholders know about the risk that they're not facing?
Great. So a massive influence on global markets. And you operate globally as an NGO, is that right?
Yes, we have headquarters in London. We have a large operation in North America. We have an operation CDP Europe, CDP China, CDP Korea, and everywhere it's the same. We standardize the data. We make it public. It's on our website. Any consumer, any stockholder, any institutional investor can go on the CDP website and find out exactly what a company is doing with regard to their climate risk. And if the company isn't doing a sufficiently forward-thinking, doesn't have a sufficiently forward-thinking plan, the investor can call up and say, I'm going to either stop buying your stock, or I want to buy more of your stock, or I want to watch your stock, I'm going to pay attention to your behavior. And investors are going to be moving that $71 trillion of assets away from high carbon and into low carbon investment. That's the clean revolution.
Great. Thank you, Paula.
You're welcome.
I'm Tamara Glitsoff, climate analyst at Climate Week NYC.